Welcome to LRS Technologies. My name is Ravi. Today we are going to discuss about abstract classes and methods and interfaces. First, what is an abstract method? A method without any method body is known as abstract method. Okay, it contains only the declaration of a method. Abstract keyword is used to specify the abstract method, which means every method in a class, every method will have the method implementation or method body. Okay, it should have the method body in a normal class. But when it comes to abstract class, abstract methods will have only the declaration of an abstract method. The implementation will not have. It means the method body will not have. Okay. What is an abstract class? If a class contains abstract methods, which is called as an abstract class. And abstract class is used to declare a class as abstract class. If a class contains abstract method, that class must be declared as abstract class. Which means if a class is contains a abstract methods, which means abstract method declaration with abstract keyword, that class should be marked as an abstract class. It must be declared as an abstract class. Okay. If a class contains abstract method, that class must be declared as abstract class. If a method is declared as abstract under any class, then child class of that class is responsible for implementing the method. It is compulsory to implement the method in child class, which means uh, if a class is inheriting the abstract class, then it is the responsibility of child class to implement the abstract methods. It is child class responsibility. It is a compulsion that the child it should implement the parent class abstract methods, because in the parent class abstract methods will have only the declaration. It will not have the method body or the implementation. So the inherited or derived class should provide the implementation of the abstract method. Okay. How we will provide the implementation of the abstract method? By using the override keyword. So by using the override keyword, we need to implement the abstract methods in child class. Okay. It is a mandatory to implement the abstract method in child class. Okay. Abstract class can contain abstract and non-abstract methods also. Okay, an abstract class can contain abstract and non-abstract methods also. Okay, a child class of an abstract class must provide the implementation of all abstract methods. Then only we can consume non-abstract method. Which means if we provide the implementation of the abstract methods, then only we can consume the non-abstract method. So it is a kind of restriction. Okay, it is a kind of a restriction to the class. Okay, that we are providing that if we implement the abstract method, then only you can consume the non-abstract methods. Okay, that means if you do this, then only you will get it. That's how we are restricting a class. Okay, that's how we are restricting a class. This is one kind of the restriction of a class that we are providing. Okay, we cannot create an instance of an abstract class. We cannot create a instance of an abstract class. For the regular class, we can create an instance and we can consume the method. So to consume the abstract method, it must be inherited. Then only we can consume the abstract method. Because in the normal method, in the normal classes, all the methods will be non-abstract methods only, right? So the non-abstract methods will have the implementation, but when it comes to abstract methods, it will only have the declaration, not the implementation. So the child class must provide the implementation. That's why it should be inherited by the another class. Then only child class will provide the implementation of the abstract method, so that that can be consumed. Okay, that is a abstract class. Okay. uh, our next topic is what is an interface. Okay, it is a user defined data type. It contains only abstract methods, which means methods without method body. Okay, when it comes to abstract classes, abstract class can contain abstract and non-abstract classes. When it comes to interfaces, it only contains the abstract methods. It's purely contains the abstract methods only. It will not contain any non-abstract methods. Okay, every abstract method of an interface must be implemented by the child class. Okay, so we can inherit the interface to a child class. Okay, when we inherit a interface, it is the responsibility of the child class to provide the implementation of each and every abstract method of the interface. It is the mandatory. Okay, a class can have a interface as a parent. A class can inherit from a class and an interface at a time. So here we can note down this point. Okay, a class can inherit from a class and interface at a time. Okay, whereas when it comes to regular classes, a class can inherit only the one parent class. It cannot inherit any other parent class, which means it will have only the one immediate parent. So if we declare as interface, we can inherit a class can inherit another class and interface at a time. Okay, the default scopes of the members of an interface is public, whereas it's private in case of class. So class members will be private, it's by default if you don't specify any access modifier. But when it comes to interface, it is a public, because it should be inherited by the another class, and the another class should provide the implementation. If the method is private, okay, if the interface abstract method is private, we cannot provide implementation in the child class, right? Because the private method is purely for the particular class only, that we cannot access in the outside of the class. That's why inheritance in the interface, every method should be private. We cannot use the private keyword, because we child class must provide the implementation of the each method. That's why the scope of the method and the interface is public by default. Okay, by default every member of an interface is abstract. So it is by default it's an abstract, because it will have only the declaration. In a abstract classes, it will have abstract and non-abstract classes. That's where it is a mandatory to provide a abstract for the abstract keyword for the abstract method. There should be some kind of a differentiations there. But when it comes to interface, all methods are abstract only. So why we need to provide an extra keyword as an abstract? Okay, it's a by default an abstract methods. So, in interface, we cannot declare any variables or fields under an interface. Okay, if we require an interface, can inherit from another interface. Okay, so in the we cannot declare variables in the interface. If required, interface can inherit another interface. That is possible. Okay, it is not required to use override keyword to implement the interface method in child method. So every method is a abstract method only, right? That's why it is not required to provide a override keyword. So we must need to provide the implementation in the child class. That's why there is no restriction to use the override keyword. Okay, multiple inheritance is possible in C sharp, not possible in C sharp. However, using interfaces, we can achieve that. Okay, as I said earlier, remember this point. A class can inherit from a class and interface at a time, which means actually in C sharp will not support the multiple inheritance. Okay, multiple class inheritance is not possible in C sharp. However, that can be achieved. Okay, that can be achieved using interfaces, which means a class can inherit multiple n number of interfaces at a time. Okay, a class can inherit only one class at a time and n number of interfaces at a time. Okay, that's the possibility of interface. Okay, if you remember, if you see the implementation, it's also a kind of restriction to use the members of a class. Okay, That means uh, it is a, uh, it is a kind of restriction. That means if you want to use the fee methods, okay, of an interface, you must implement that one, then only you will get it. It's a kind of restriction. Okay, why multiple class inheritance is not possible through classes? Why it is supported to through only interfaces? Okay, as we discussed in the previously, why the multiple inheritance is not possible through classes, why it is only supported through interfaces, we'll see. If two classes contains the same method, okay, if two classes contain the same method and child class is inheriting the two classes at a time, let's assume that, okay, there will be an ambiguity problem to consume the method. Because if we use the child class instance, okay, if I create the instance and I have inherited two parent class, and if I want to consume the same method, because from it is available in the two classes, so which should be executed there, which method the parent 1 or parent 2, there is an ambiguity. We don't know, that system doesn't know that which one should be executed. Okay, that's why it is not possible. Okay, how it is possible in the interface? Because in interface we must provide the implementation. Here we are not in interface. If we if a class is inheriting the from the interface, we are not consuming it, we are implementing it. But when it comes to class, there we are consuming it. When we are consuming, there will we get a ambiguity. But when we providing an implementation, there will not get a ambiguity. Because I can provide only one implementation. Okay, there are two interfaces. Though two interfaces having the test one is a abstract method. Okay, I should provide only the one implementation in the child class. There is no need to provide the both two implementation for each interface, because both are same. That's why I will provide the only implementation. If I provide the only implementation, when I am consuming it, there will not be any ambiguity. That's why the multiple inheritance is not possible through classes, it is only supported by the interface. Okay, thank you for watching my videos. Please subscribe for more videos. Have a nice day.